Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. First is information. Then the second is interaction with that information. And the third is this interaction leading to experience. So these are the three stages. First of all, we have got the information. Then we interacted in two ways, what I am not and what I am. After this is done, now what experience we have got? So meditation is like writing an account book. Whole day you are done all mischief, and before you go to sleep you complete your accounts. This is what is meant here in this 38th verse. Let us read from 35 verse. Aham akashavat sarvam bahirantargatochyutah sada sarvasamasiddhah nissango nirmalochalah nitya shuddha vimuktaikam Akhandananda Madvayam Satyam Jnanamanantam Yata Param Brahmahameva Tata Evam Nirantarabhyasta Brahmaivasmiti Vasana Aratya Vidya Vikshepat Roga Nivarasayanam Vivikta Desha Asinaha Virago Vijitendriyaha Bhavayet Ekamatmanam Tam Anantam Ananyadihi. After we have practiced this Evam Nirantarabhyasta Brahmaivasmiti Vasana, now we are committed to this spiritual path. Brahma eva aham asmi iti vasana. Now this is the ultimate, the last step in our life. That doesn't mean you are going to die. Means we are going to transcend both the birth and death. Last step. Transcending the relative life and merging in the absolute. It is for this purpose the teacher says, now 38th verse, Vivikta Deshe Asinaha. Asinaha, go and occupy a seat, Vivikta Desha. That which is secluded, not a marketplace, not with the children in the lap. Beta, I am doing meditation. Papa, Dada, Dadi, I also want to sit down and do meditation. You do meditation and he will do defecation. I understand your love for your children, grandchildren. It's not that I am stone, I understand. But it's all the time the same thing. Don't we get disgusted with that? Swamiji, if we have, then we will understand. Thank God. Vivikta Deshe Asinaha. We have to have our appointment with ourselves at least once or twice a day, each time at least an hour or so. During that time, we have to intensely practice remaining as nobody. Practice nobody. And nobody can do it for us. So, vivikte deshe asinaha, all by yourself. No possessions, no relations, no problems, no memories, no worries. Everything drop. Like in the morning class, we are trying to study that. We drop everything. Vivikta deshe asina. And viragaha. Viragaha, no more entertainment of anything. And for that we told you, make the absence as the object of experience. Be attentive. Absence is not an object. See? Then how can we make the absence as an object of our knowledge? Meaning, anything that comes and goes doesn't disturb us. Therefore, viragaha. We get disturbed when we get something that we wanted. That disturbance is excitement, happiness. We get disturbed when we wanted something and we did not get, miseries or frustration. Both of them, excitement and frustration, they are the disturbances in the mind. Therefore, viragaha. See, this word viraga is, raga is attachment, dvesha is hatred. Viraga is going beyond the raga and the dvesha. That means something is there or something is not there. It is equal. See? Like we are talking to you. Whether you understand or you don't understand, equal. Whether you are listening sincerely or somehow time pass, equal. Then only we can survive in this world. Otherwise, like you parents, I have done so much for them, but they don't listen to me. Then the guru also will become miserable. I have been teaching for a whole life, but people don't improve. See? And the worst part is, we hear satsanga, and what is said in satsanga? Nothing but spiritual practice. After that also we want to know, Swamiji, what advice you can give me? Now what can you talk? Here I am not teaching you how to make idli sambar. See, friend, apply that in day-to-day life. Vivikta deshe asinaha viragaha. How do we develop or discover or cultivate viragaha? Our Mahamantra. देखो सुनो मत बोलो तो बोलोगे. Then you are practicing viraga. Vivikta deshe asinaha viragaha vijitendriyaha. All the indriyas are controlled. Now we are sitting on the seat of meditation. So there it cannot be the tongue. Because when you sit, you close everything. But one thing you cannot close, our ears, like the hippo. You must have seen a hippopotamus. It can close its ear and open its ear. How nice it will be if it is for you. Go to satsang, close the ear. So we cannot close our ears. So you have to hear, you can't stop it. See, in one of the Shanti mantras it comes, Bhadram karnebhi shrunuyama devaha, Bhadram pashyema kshabirjajatraha, Sthirairangai stuštuvagam sastanubihi, Vesheva devahitam yadayuhu. So, Bhadram karnebhi shrunuyama devaha. Listen something auspicious by your ears. Now what will come to the ears? Do we have any control on that? See? Bhadram pashe makshabhir. Then see something auspicious with your eyes. This you can practice. If something is useless, you need not look at it. Close your eyes. See? But when it comes to ears, and this is where, here the teacher says, Viragaha Vijitendriya. Conquer your ears or hearing ability. How can we do that? Do not react to any sound. Whether it is the sound of the Ganges, or the sound of the dining bell, or it is somebody giving a lecture. Meaning, hearing is happening, but hearer is not born. This is one of the most potent meditation. We participate in the world, but nobody is born. We talk, but no speaker is born. Like we breathe, but no breather is born. Do we say, since morning I have been breathing, stop now, enough is enough? Breathing is happening. And therefore, when you have got the grandmother-in-law, do you know grandmother-in-law? Asthma. Mother-in-law is Saas. So, grandmother-in-law is asthma. So, whether you have got asthma or you have got normal breathing, we cannot have the sin or merit. Because there is no involvement that I am doing this. This is mentioned over here, Vijitendriya. So remain in this world comfortably, cheerfully. So many things will be happening in this world. We don't have to get involved with anything or anybody in this world. See? This is very, very simple spiritual practice. But if two persons are going on, it happens in many houses. Youngsters, young boy and girl married and all that, and they are talking kus something. Suddenly the non-stop this 80 not out goes. Beta, kya chal raha hai? Love. Remember, where we are not required, do not go. Where we are not required, we should have the wisdom to leave. But we keep on hanging. And this I have learned from you people, youngsters, young couples. Swamiji, what should I do? Whenever we are together, my mother or my father, they come and they want to ask something. Remember this. Vijitendriya, don't get involved with anything or anybody. Next, bhavayet ekam atmanam, the third step. Ekam atmanam bhavayet. Just be. This is what we told you, remain as nobody. But we become somebody, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And if you are sitting as a husband for meditation, what will be your Ishtadevata? Belan Devi. See? Not Fulan Devi. Belan Devi. This will be the Fulan Devi. Bhavayet ekamatmanam. So we have discarded all the buddies. At this moment, remain nobody. And to remain nobody means what? Do not bring your past in the present. That day when we were doing meditation, it was so solid. Today it is a liquid. What is the reason? Meditations are not repeated. Please remember this thing. No meditation is ever repeated. The other day somebody asked me, Swamiji, when you go for your meditation lecture, do you prepare meditations? Is it a upama? See, when you have to perform this, what do you call that? Arangatram? Something like Arangatram. That is the one which I suffer the most in marriage. Swamiji, my daughter's Arangatram, please come. What is there in that Arangatram? Simple things made complicated. We do not say. They not do not say this. You start searching. Kya ho raha? And then Arangatram. And for that they do practice again and again. Go on hitting the floor. You have to do practice for that. But for being, there is no practice. This is what is mentioned here. Bhavayet ekamatmanam. I am doing meditation. I did earlier. It was so nice. But it was very cold. No. Bhavayet ekatmanam means we have no theme. In being, there is no theme. In becoming, there is nothing but themes. Bhavayet eka atmanam. The word is bhavayet. Bhavayet means what? Like today, at this moment, we do the bhavana. I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am good. People don't understand me, I am so nice. This is our bhavana. See? Now, same way, do this bhavana. Apan to Brahman hai bhaiya. The moment you take this position, what will be the experience? As I told you so many times, unopposed, unqualified, non-specific experience. It is not the experience of something, just being. Therefore, this experience cannot be spoken of. Therefore, in Dakshinamurti Stotra Dhyana Shlokas, it is said, Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam. The truth is revealed perfectly in the eloquence of silence. See? Therefore, Bhavayet ekamatmanam. Don't start talking to yourself. I am Brahman. Malum hai kya? I am Brahman. No. Stop all blabbering in the mind. This is what we told you. Stop talking to yourself and listen to silence. Mind will dissolve. Bhavayet ekamatmanam tam anantam ananyadhihi. Tam ekam atmanam ananyadhihi. Not remaining separate, not practicing objectively. Okay, Brahman I am. Like in the Upasana they do. They keep Bhagavan Krishna in front of them. And then they are told, now look at the eyes of Bhagavan Krishna. And they keep on looking so. Now close your eyes. Now see those eyes inside you. दिख नहीं रहेगी. Or keep on looking at the nail of the Bhagavan Sri Krishna's feet. They will be very concentratingly looking at it. Now close the eyes and see. There was a nail polish or not? I don't remember. This is all objectification. Don't become objective on the spiritual path. All intelligent, educated people have this first and the last obstacle. They want to see God. Let us allow Him to express through us. And He can express only if we empty ourselves. Like you must have come here with your suitcase, and when you are packing the things, whatever may be the size of your suitcase, the space is always less. Even if you take a big trailer, container, that will be small. Jagah nahi hai, there is no space. Then what is to be done? Unwanted things you remove. And when you start removing unwanted thing, the suitcase is empty. See how much kachra we have accumulated in our mind. Empty yourself. This is what is meant here. Tam anantam atmanam ananyadhihi. Ananya, not other. Anya is other. In Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna uses this word. Ananya shintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityaviyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Those who are living in merger with me, yogakshemam vahamyaham, I take care of their needs and I protect them. Then only the truth is revealed to us. Bhavayet ekamatmanam tam anantam ananyadhihi. Continuing further. Atmannevakhilam drishyam pravilapya dhiya sudhihi bhavayet ekamatmanam nirmalakashavat sada. Atmani eva akhilam drishyam pravilapya. Pravilapya, withdraw, completely, dissolve fully, akhilam drishyam, everything objective. Now see, this has to be first with understanding and then with experience. We start from one object. There are 5 objects. We drop the 5 objects, we take one object. That one object is colors and form, roop. Now among that roop or colors and form, there are many, and all of them are supported by one vision. So pravilapya, dissolve all the variations of the colors and forms where in the source, in the eyes. So we close our eyes. When eyes are closed, nothing is lost. See? Then there are 5 sense organs. Now we dissolve the sense organs in the mind. Meaning what? Eyes can see, vision can see colors and forms. Mind has no color and form. So when the vision focuses its attention to the mind, vision is absorbed, pravilapya, absorbed in the mind. The ears are absorbed in the mind. The nose is absorbed in the mind. So all the sense organs are absorbed in the mind. Now this mind is a seat of likes and dislikes, joy and sorrows, all dvandvas, all the pairs of complementary opposites. All of them are dissolved in I. I only support the joy, I only support the miseries. I only support the loss, I only support the gain. So when I come to myself, right from the objective world to the sense organs to the mind, everything is dissolved in me. Atmani eva pravilapaye. We have come back to us. So, Atmani eva akhilam drishyam pravilapya dhiya sudhi. Sudhi, an intelligent seeker, dhiya with proper understanding. We don't have to destroy anything. Only proper understanding. Now what doubt there can be that all colors and forms are many and vision illuminating all colors and form is without color and without form. So what is there to understand or misunderstand? It is only we don't know, that's it. And if we have accepted this fact then what will be the spiritual practice? When I get lost in the objective world, I go away from myself. So when I give too much importance to the specificities in the objective world, this color, this form, that form, when I give too much importance to the objective world, I am going away to the periphery of my personality. Then if I had to go back, what I had to do? Give yourself zero choice as regards the worldly objects are concerned. Net result will migrate from the worldly objects to the source of the worldly objects, the respective sense organs. See? Worldly objects are the stimulus for creating desires. The rule is very simple. Janati, ichchati, karoti. What we do not know, that we don't desire. And what we don't desire, we don't struggle. But we know. There is a sale. Janati. What is the sale? The saris are available. 25,000 saris is available for 2,500. Ichchati. I am saving money. See? And after that, you know better. Unless that wretched sari comes at home, you can go and see in your own houses how many things are hanging pathetically on that hangers and waiting. Are mujhe do na? Not now. And the part is like the perfumes. Those who put the perfumes, they don't smell it, others smell it. Similarly, you spend so much of money and all that. You are not seeing it, others are seeing it. And if nobody asks, kitne ki hai, you feel frustrated. Pucha nahi? See, friends, one of my friends, she brought some gift to my hostess place. Family, you are staying here, so for your host I have got some gift. I said, give it to them, don't give me. So, to the, I think 1 or 2 children, one is school going, one is college going, got something. And the children look at it, okay, thank you, auntie, thank you. Now that auntie was frustrated, they are not excited, I have brought for them. In the evening, they went for a walk. And on the roadside, these children showed, auntie, that you brought for us, it is available here on roadside. All people who buy gifts to be given to others, they are waiting for the sale to come. Nobody gives the best part. How much we get involved. Janati, ichchati, karoti. And here the teacher says that Atmani eva akhilam drushya pravilapya dhiya sudhi. So when we give importance and value to the worldly objects, then only they enter our mind. This is what we told you, 2 steps. In technical terms, it is called as prakasha and vimarsha. Prakasha is illuminating an object. See, this is a phone. This is prakasha. Vimarsha, what is the brand? How much it costs? How is the battery? Is it good one? Vimarsha, interaction. And after that interaction, desire. I want to buy or I don't want to buy. Therefore, here the teacher says, Dhiya, with proper understanding, do not allow the world to enter your mind through the sense of the organs. Keep them away. And this can happen only if we have object which is infinite. Infinite cannot enter the mind. See, now we are seeing our Ganges beautifully flowing. Has anybody got this thought in your mind? Then I wish I can carry Ganges in my house to flow. Infinite you can never desire. But then, there is a plot available near to the Ganges. Yes, there is a graveyard, there is a plot available. The moment finite is an object, it enters the mind. Infinite cannot enter the mind. Now what is the finite and what is the infinite? Any objective perception is finite. Anything which can be known through the mind is finite. And therefore give the mind infinite as an object. In its struggle to comprehend the infinite, the mind dissolves. Like ice cubes are finite. The water is infinite. And essentially, ice cubes are nothing but water. In the same manner, essentially, mind is nothing but consciousness. This is what the teacher says here. Atmanneva khilam drushya pravilapya dhiya sudhihi. Then bhavayet ekam atmanam. So we have discarded all the varieties, come to the non-variety. We came to the sense organs. We discarded all the sense organs. We came to the mind. We discarded all the likes and dislikes, value given to the world. We come to the I. Now, bhavayet ekam atmanam. Now this one I, that I am. Don't worry about it. That's it. One day you will come to discover this. We become many because of these possessions. In the deep sleep, we are one. Therefore, we are happy. See, bhavayet ekam atmanam. And what it is like? Nirmala akashavat. Immaculate, pure, like the space. Now this word space, like the space, is very potent spiritual practice told in many texts. There is one Gita, Avadhuta Gita. There the meditation is indicated by this word. See? Gaganopamoham. I am like the space. So what is like the space? No beginning, no middle, no end. Is it not our experience? No birth, no center, no death. Gaganopamoham. Slowly, those factors which are crystallized our mind into a shape, those factors will be released. And the mind merges in the formlessness. Therefore, bhavayet ekam atmanam nirmala akashavat. Now we have to practice this. So what is the akasha, what is the space? Space has no question. North किधर है यार मैं भूल गया. No. Space doesn't oppose anything. Space doesn't support anything. Space doesn't entertain anything. Space doesn't get influenced by anything. That's it. Like the children play husband, wife, they are brother, sister, but they are playing husband, wife. So when they are playing, they are not going to achieve anything through that. Then why they are playing? Time pass. See our Mahamantra. Life is time pass. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You are living in meditation. Otherwise, all the time worry. पता नहीं क्या होने वाला. If you don't know, relax. If you know, be prepared. There is no place for worries. This is how our mind makes a victim of us. So, Atmanneva kilam drushya pravilapya dhiya sudhihi. भावयेत एकमात्मानं निर्मलम आकाशवत् सदा. Relax, relax, relax. Don't react. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Just observe this world without becoming an observer. But normally what happens, our training to our mind, about everything we have a comment. We go and say, how beautiful Ganges. Ganges even doesn't listen to you. But why they have to give idli in the morning today? And every day khichdi in the evening. Whether we will realize Brahman or not, we will realize khichdi. Whole life goes only in reacting. Relax. About food, I will tell you one simple technique. Before eating, don't think about food. While eating, don't look at the food. And after you have eaten, don't again talk about food. Don't go into that Bhagavad Gita technique. Sattvic food, Rajasic food, Tamasic food. That is for KG1, KG2, KG3. No, we take only Sattvic food. We have our own cook. And we have everything our own. And in that, such a terrible, holier than thou attitude. Cows, we have got our own cows. We produce our own grass. We produce the manure for our own grass. We produce our own milk. Sri Rama, don't get lost in that. Finish that topic, minimum. Don't spend more than maximum 5 minutes on the dining table. Oh, that is the place we spend the whole life. Dining table, 5 minutes. Eating, no other topic. Enjoy food, but don't get entangled in the food. And the real enjoyment is our Anandamayi Ashram Mahamantra. आज का भोजन बहुत अच्छा है. Whether you do Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, doesn't matter. This you should say. Like our mantras, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, whether you say or not, but our this mantra. Life is a time pass. More effective, more meaningful. So, bhavayet ekamatmanam nirmalam akashavat sada. Now, how do we continue this? Next verse. Rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavita paripurna chidananda swarupena Rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya. Rupa varna adikam, that means all the objects. Shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. All the objects, vihaya, sarvam vihaya. This question Arjuna asked to Bhagavan Krishna. Although unwilling, as if compelled by somebody, we go the wrong way in our life. What is the reason? Bhagavan says, Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna samudbhava. Is because of the desire alias anger. Now, desire can be under 2 or 3 conditions. What is the genesis of desire? First factor is a sense of incompleteness. Second is a sense of otherness. And third is imaginary projection on that object. See? So, I am incomplete without this particular thing. Sense of incompleteness. Then, is that thing available there? Yes, then I want that. Why you want that? Because that is the source of happiness. Without that, I am incomplete. These three stages create together desire and karma. Therefore, here the teacher says, Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya. The highest spiritual practice according to Kathopanishad is Yada Sarve Pramuchante Kama Yasya Hridisthitaha Atha Martyaha Amruto Bhavati Atra Brahma Samashnute. When we are able to delete all the possible desires that the human mind can entertain, you are released from the relative world. Yada Sarve, all desire. This is what is said here. This is the same thing. Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam. Everything. So where are the objects? Objects are far away from us. So how the desire begins from the objects? When we start projecting about the object. This object is the source of happiness. Without this object I am incomplete. This object is necessary. This is the fashion today. And I have to go according to the fashion. And thus we start accumulating the objects. No object comes and tells, no sari tells to a amma, hey, mujhe leo na. Nobody tells. We only go on imagining and projecting on that objects. Then that creates a desire in the mind. And when the desire is created, we are victimized by that desire. Therefore, sarvam vihaya, give up the objects, importance given to objects, come to the sense organs, then sense organs are disciplined. From the sense organs we come to the mind. Do not become emotional in your life. Remain cheerful and happy. Otherwise, all the time, too much emotional. Krishna, Krishna. He told me, he doesn't like crying people. He himself has been smiling throughout his life. Before a smiling person, if a crying person goes, will he like? Hey, hat yahan se. God created us only to express happiness. There is no other purpose. Like what is the function of this mic? Don't make your noise. Whosoever is talking, only amplify. That's it. In the same manner, God created us as a mic. We have no function. We have no purpose. He has to use it. And if I have to use the mic, I will see that it should be optimum, perfect mic, fit mic. But many times, you must have seen the mics have their own music. They have the electronic omkar, om. Sometimes they clear their own throat, kar 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 kar. Then what we do? We remove that mic. Exactly. When we are unfit, God will not express to us. And that unfit expression of God is all the time complaining. Jaane kahan gaye wo din. When we were children, we used to play on the trees. Since we dropped the tails, we have come down. All the time living in the dead past. See, friends. Therefore, Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya. So we get rid of the objective world, no more slavery to the sense organs, no more emotional wreck. You must have seen some people. You touch them and the eyes will move. And such people are constantly seeking attention. See? And therefore they invoke this. Be attentive. Those who are touch me not brand, and those who are constantly showing a miserable expression, they are seeking attention. And those who are seeking attention, they are very strong ego. Space doesn't seek attention. See? All the forms seek attention. Suppose I have got a melodious voice. Thank God I don't have. then what will happen? I will try to seek attention of other people by all the time humming. Maharaj ji, do you sing? No attention is not. Will you give some bhajan? Not one. We will have a bhajan sandhya. Hare Rama. Then I got my harmonium, I got my tabla, I got my all things, And then that singer is persecuting the audience. Meri chunari, ri. The audience becomes so disgusted, finally clap, buzz ho gaya. And this person thinks that he is singing very well. One singer was singing and the people after that said, again, mukarrar. So again he said, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. He got surprised. I am surprised. You are all wanting me to repeat this performance again and again. Do you like it so much? No, you are singing wrong. Till you sing correctly. This is how these emotional people are constantly seeking attention. There is a curse too. All these, they are called Lalit Kala Yukta. Paintings, drawings, music, dance, sculptor. They are called Lalita Kala Yukta. They have got a curse that they will be all the time, normally, off the beat. They will not be like normal. And therefore, such people suffer maximum. There was one lady singing very well, extremely good. So, I wanted to use her voice for getting something done. So, I contacted and then about singing. Yes, I can sing. But the moment she started talking, yes, I can sing, I stopped there. As regard voice is concerned, extremely wonderful. But the moment you discuss something, there is no joy, all frustration. See, friends, because seeking attention. So, bhavayet ekam atmanam nirmalakashavat sada rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavit. So now, paramarthavit, you are now back to your own essential self. Spiritual practice is start from the virtual and end up in the actual. Spiritual practice is where you are, from there to what you are. See? When we get these tips, then slowly our spiritual practice changes its direction. So, Paramarthavit, then Paripurna Chidananda Rupena Avatishtate. Then we come to discover that we have discovered fulfillment in life. In Panchadashi, in the 7th chapter, these are the 7 stages given for the spiritual practice. First is Ajnanam, ignorance, incomplete knowledge about our identity. And because of that avaran, we have a mistaken understanding about us. And third thing, because of that mistaken understanding about ourselves, there are reactions. These are the first 3 stages common in everybody's life. Avidya, avaran and vikshe. Now to get rid of this, the 4th stage is the Paroksha Jnanam. Go to Satsanga and gather knowledge about what is the world, who are we, who is God, and what is the spiritual practice. These are the 4 topics dealt with in the satsanga. Now after this is heard as you are hearing, the next step comes aparokshanubhuti. Are we living that knowledge, or after we get up from here, go put on our shoes and we forget everything? This is another common thing we get. Swamiji, when we listen to you, it is so simple and so straight, no problem, understanding is very good. But the moment we go and put on our shoes, everything is forgotten. What is the reason? Shoes. Don't put on your shoes. Therefore, always go to satsang with the old slippers. Leave your slippers. See a new one. You are reborn. So this knowledge that we have got, is it converted into aparokshanubhuti, or it is only the erudition, scholarship and no experience? And if this aparokshanubhuti is happening, there are 2 symptoms. One is dukkha nivritti. You will never be miserable, although miseries will come to you in abundance. Make it clear. Spiritual life does not mean miseries will not come to you. They will come. Like Bhagwan, miseries are also same. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. They will come. But now the seeker who has reached his destination, he will not become miserable. And it is not only the negative thing. Like in the deep sleep, there are no miseries. It is not negative. But nirankusha trupti, it is unqualified contentment and fulfillment in life. In the 15th chapter, Bhagavan uses this word. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat kruta krutyascha bharata. Having come to discover your essential nature, you discover fulfillment in life. What is the fulfillment in life? Nothing to do, nowhere to go. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Life is lived thereafter. There is nobody who is struggling through the life. See, friends. Rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavit paripurna chidananda sarupena avadishtate. Thereafter he is living in his total fulfillment. See, friends. Now this total fulfillment does not leave any loose ends in our life. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen after I die. You are not going to die. मरने भी नहीं देंगे हम आपको. Neither can you die, nor can you live. Life is lived through us. Don't become somebody. Now, when this progress is going on in the 41st verse, Jnatro jnanadneya bhedaha parenatmani vidyate chidanandaika rupatvat dipyate swayameva tata pare atmani na vidyate. In the supreme self that we are, there this doesn't exist. What doesn't exist? Jnatru, the knower, Jnana, the knowledge, Deya, the known. This is called technically as the Triputi. Knower, knowledge and known. So, Bhedaha, the division between these three, Pare Atmani na vidyate, meaning what? The knowledge without the knower. Like these two objects, if you take, these two are objects, Jneya Vastu. They cannot know each other. then there is somebody, a knower is required for the knowledge to happen. So this is the book, object of knowledge. I know this is a book. This is the knower of the object. And what is the knowledge of the object? This is a book. Three things. Book is an object of knowledge. I is the knower of the object. And this is the book is the knowledge of the object. Three of them. Now here the teacher says, Jnatru jnana jnaya bhedaha pare atmani na vidyate. This doesn't exist in the absolute self. Now for example, in this three stages, this is a book, I know this is a book, plus I am not the book. In this Triputi, knower, known, knowledge, the ultimate is the knower is not the known. Otherwise, what a great fun it will be. This is a donkey. I know this is a donkey. I am a donkey. It doesn't happen. Although it is true. Doesn't happen. But when it comes to the self, I know myself. What do I know myself? I am not me. It cannot. Therefore, that knowledge where not I-ness is not created, that is our essential nature. And therefore, you cannot say, I don't know myself. If we are asked, do you know Bhagavad Gita, any chapter by heart? I think I can try. But if I ask you, do you know yourself? I think I know myself. No. See? So that knowledge where knower known division does not happen. And for this purpose we told you a simple technique. Knowledge without a knower is Paramatma. Action without a doer is Paramatma. Experience without an experiencer is Paramatma. Realization without a realized body is Paramatma. Then what about the Jivan Mukta Purushas? Paramatma is expressing through them. They don't claim. Like we put the board outside. Amok Amok, Jivan Mukta. Like the retired military officers, they always write it. Somebody and then retired brigadier. They are not wanting to give up their upadhi. Similarly, here only it happened many years before. There used to be one Swami, and the place where he was staying, there was a small board with his name and bracket, retired IAS officer. And what is the sannyas? Where you are conducted your own shraddha. You are dead for all practical purposes. See? Therefore, these upadhis are to be given, and the upadhi is the knower. I know, no, knowledge is there. Therefore, Upanishad says, avidjnatam vijanatam, vijnatam avijanatam. Those who know, they are not the knower. And those who do not know, they only know. Contradictions. Therefore, jnatru jnana jneya bhedaha pare natmani vidyate. The reason is chidanandaika rupatva dipyate swayameva tat. Being of the nature of self-illumined conscious existence, we do not require any means of knowledge. Pramana nirapeksha anubhuti. Remember these three words. Pramana means of knowledge. Nirapeksha independent of. Anubhuti experience. That experience which does not involve the operation of any means of knowledge. If colors and forms are required to be seen, the eyes are necessary. If joy and sorrows are to be experienced, mind is necessary. If concepts are to be understood, intellect is necessary. But to be No instrument is necessary. Pramana Nirapeksha Anubhuti. And this is what is mentioned here. Satchidananda Rupatvan Dipyate Swayamevahi. Do we require a light to see whether the sun is there or not? Why? Because sun is and he is self-illumined. We don't require anybody's. Now we go with a torch, with our phone, whether it's there or no need. In the same manner, to be, nothing is required. To become, everything is required. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is give up all specialities with reference to the object, with reference to the sense organs, with reference to the experiences, and with reference to the individuality. Remain commoner than the commonest, like the space, neither holy nor unholy, supporting everything, rejecting nothing, and not getting influenced by anything, like a mirror. Let us give it a try and be happy. Take out your Mahamantra Mala. You may forget to be happy, but I will not allow you to be miserable. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo